WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon at 12:30. Bill Bryant and Barbara Bailey here for WKYT News. For the third time in less than 2 weeks, a student at Tates Creek High School in Lexington is arrested for having a gun on campus.
Now, we first told you about the breaking news on WKYT News at noon. The Tates Creek principal just sent out an email to parents alerting them to the most recent incident. The principal says the student was picked up by police this morning for skipping and taken to the school. School police then searched the student and found the gun. The email did not say if it was loaded or unloaded. Police charged the student with possession of a weapon on school property. We'll have much more on the gun in school on WKYT.com and later today on WKYT News. Well, it was a rude awakening for a Lexington couple. An SUV slammed into their home during the early morning hours. And
now inspectors are sifting through the damage to see if the house is safe to live in for now. WKYT's Mike Byer is on the scene, and he joins us now with another top story here at 12:30. Mike?
Michael Johnson will be arraigned this afternoon here at District Court after Lexington police say he crashed a car into a home while drunk.
He was going at least 70. 75 down through there, took out a light post, hit our yard here, and went airborne into our house.
Verlene Allen was sleeping around 2:30 Sunday morning when police say Johnson came crashing into her home on Circle Drive. To make matters worse, Allen's husband was sleeping on the couch in the living room.
It was right up to the couch where he was, the bumper, everything.
Allen's husband was taken to the hospital but only received minor injuries. Police arrested Johnson on scene. They say he was drunk when he crashed this SUV into the home. Police tell us he and his passenger were not hurt.
It's devastating to see all your stuff just destroyed, and your whole house is like in the back of your house now.
Johnson now faces a long list of charges, including drunk driving, wanton endangerment, and assault. The assault charge comes after police say he struck a firefighter on scene. He'll answer to those charges in about an hour here at District Court. In Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. And investigators will be assessing the damage to Allen's home today. They're being taken care of, by the way, by the American Red Cross. They've been put up in a hotel. Well, there have been more than 200 forest fires in Kentucky in the last 6 weeks. Investigators now say that 75% of those were caused by arson.
And now at least 2 people have been arrested in connection to the wildfires. In Letcher County, police say Johnny Mullins admitted to starting a fire. They say Mullins is a wannabe weatherman who started fires to gain followers and likes on Facebook. He's charged with arson. And a teenager was arrested last week in Harlan County, where the largest wildfire in the state is still burning.
Kentucky's Division of Forestry says there are at least 26 wildfires burning across the Commonwealth this afternoon. They say the smoke from some of those fires could be moving toward the Lexington area. Division of Forestry leaders are warning about the potential for smoke. Officials say southeastern Kentucky's winds could move that smoke northward toward Lexington. They say the smoke can become a visibility issue, almost like a dense fog, but more importantly, it can be quite a health concern.
It has a lot of what we call particulates in the air, and it's hard, especially people that are sensitive to that type of thing with asthma or other respiratory problems.
They also tell us if the smoke heads this way, people with respiratory problems need to stay inside. UK football fans traveling to Knoxville over the weekend down I-75 over the Jellicoe Mountain could see and smell the smoke as they reach the Tennessee state line.
As those wildfires burn, firefighters are getting help from all across the state. The Scott County Fire Department sent a crew to Harlan County. Captain Eddie Waller says his team is struggling to contain a large fire on Pine Mountain. He says they are trying to protect some homes in the area.
We kind of went out and helped the Forestry Department and their structural protection side of things. So we aided them in digging fire lines and stuff around the houses.
A new crew left for eastern Kentucky over the weekend. Captain Waller says he'll keep sending firefighters throughout the week.
It was a rough night for a Laurel County family. They went out on a Sunday afternoon hike and couldn't find their way back. Addison Sproles and her 3 kids lost their way near the B-Rock campground, which is right on the Laurel-Pulaski County line. At 2 o'clock this morning, Pulaski County emergency officials began a search, and the family was rescued about 8 o'clock this morning after spending a night without jackets or coats in the bitter cold. They were taken to a hospital in Somerset. They've been checked out. Everybody's okay. They have now been released.
Prosecutors will decide before the end of the month whether to continue with the case against a white Ohio police officer charged in the shooting death of a black man during a traffic stop. The ex-officer's racially charged murder trial ended Saturday with a deadlocked jury and a mistrial. It's now up to Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters to decide whether to drop the case or retry former University of Cincinnati police officer Ray Tenzing. Dieters could also ask a grand jury to indict Tenzing on lesser charges in the shooting death of Sam DuBose.
President-elect Donald Trump has made his first two key appointments as he makes the transition to the White House. The president-elect's first two appointments to his administration are drawing some reaction from both sides of the aisle. Yesterday, Republican Lindsey Graham and House Majority Whip Steve Scalise both applauded Reince Priebus's elevation to become chief of staff. Democrats were less enthusiastic about right-wing media mogul Steve Bannon, who is chosen to be the chief strategist and senior counselor. Residents in New Zealand have started to assess the damage after a major earthquake shook the island in the middle of the night, killing at least 2 people.
Emergency officials say hundreds of residents are staying in shelters and 1,000 tourists are stranded in a small town popular for whale watching expeditions. Hannah Daniels has the latest.
Strong aftershocks continue to shake New Zealand this morning after a magnitude 7.8 earthquake struck the country's South Island, cracking roads and demolishing homes and businesses.
It's just a bloody shame. That's all brick and mortar, but you don't bring the people back.
The powerful tremors have triggered landslides. These 3 cows, along with other livestock, were stranded on islands of grass as the ground ripped apart around them. The aftershocks continue to rattle the nerves of already exhausted and terrified residents. The quake triggered a tsunami about 6 feet high. Residents along the East Coast were told to move to higher ground. Damage to the main highway has completely cut off the small rural town of Kaikoura, where emergency officials say 1,000 tourists are stranded.
The road access points here are blocked off. The only way through is flying people in and out. There's quite a number of tourists now who are ultimately stuck with international connections.
The head of New Zealand's Civil Defence Force says a Navy ship is on the way to help ferry people who are isolated to safety. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
Now, emergency workers also started evacuating residents living along the Clarence River on the South Island after a dam was breached late Monday. In 2011, a quake in Christchurch, New Zealand, killed 185 people and injured thousands. Well, one Wyoming bookstore wants its customers to live like it's 1993, and that means don't take your cell phones in the store with you.
Right. The owner of Wind City Books in Casper has banned electronics and Wi-Fi from her bookstore. She wants customers to actually read books. A sign posted on Vicky Berger's storefront asks customers to leave their cell phones and computers in their bags as they enter the store called A Place for Books. There you go, the ground rules now.
Yeah, not a bad way to do it.
There you go.
Just tell them you can't bring it in.
There is some good news out on the recruiting trail for John Calipari and the basketball Cats. Another highly touted player has said yes to Kentucky. 4-star guard Shea Alexander announced his commitment today. He's the 3rd player to commit in the class of 2017. After a win over Canisius last night, the Wildcats hit the road today, headed for New York City. That's where they'll take on Michigan State tomorrow night in Madison Square Garden. ESPN will have the telecast beginning at 7 p.m. It's part of the State Farm Champions Classic, which also matches Kansas and top-ranked Duke. And now the music. We're back in a moment. It's an age-old debate, sparing the rod in favor of a timeout for kids who misbehave. And researchers may have linked cell phone use to depression. Those stories are on the way.
We have a good looking stretch the next several days. I will tell you this, once we hit Friday into your weekend, that's where it becomes very interesting. I'm going to get into that forecast. I'll show you what you can expect out of this coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We have temperatures in the upper 50s at this moment. We'll finish off low to mid 60s. That's well above average, being 56, we'll take it. It actually feels quite nice outside. A lot of sunshine today. You're going to have that again for tomorrow. Well, tomorrow we'll have a few more clouds, and I would say tomorrow we're going to be a little bit cooler because of those clouds, but all in all, we will be above average today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then into your weekend, it gets very, very interesting, okay? We'll get into that in just about 1 minute, but above average temperatures, it looks good the rest of the afternoon. Kids coming home from the bus stop, don't see any problems whatsoever weather-wise, and maybe you heading out to the ball fields, I don't see any issues whatsoever. Now, we head toward tomorrow. Remember, with those clouds, I just can't rule out a sprinkle or two, but other than that, we're doing all right. Off towards your Wednesday, sunny skies, and move back into the forecast, and we'll see temperatures upper 50s to lower 60s. Off towards your Thursday, that's where it gets much warmer. Now that sounds exciting. Don't get me wrong. I love 70 degrees, love sunshine. But now we're getting those winds out of the south and southeast on Thursday and on Friday out ahead of our next system. And it will feel fantastic, but I don't think a lot of us will want to be outside. Reason being the smoke. Yeah, when winds start coming in from the south and southeast, it'll really drive in that smoke into the rest of the region and not just for the south and southeast. So get ready for that later on in the work week. Off into your weekend, there is a big front that will blow on through. And this front, as of right now, remember, when you get 5, 6, 7 days out, confidence is so low in the forecast, especially when you have a big system. For instance, last week, for the weekend, weather models were showing, upper 30s, lower 40s for highs. And what did we finish off there on Saturday? Mid-50s. So that just goes to show you that these weather models, when it gets 5, 6, 7 days out, sometimes these systems haven't even developed. Sometimes they haven't even moved off of the Pacific Ocean into land and recorded data from some of the weather stations. So there's just so many inaccuracies with these long-range forecasts. But here's what we're confident in toward the weekend. We are confident on Thursday and Friday we get a big plume of warm air and some moisture out ahead of the system. Now, when the front rolls through, the timing on it now is Friday into Saturday morning. When the front rolls through, it will give us a pretty good chance to rain, maybe some thunderstorms, and it will knock down temperatures. There's no doubt about it. We're very confident. It's really warm and then really cold. It's just when does it happen and how high and low do we go? Those are the questions.
Fasten your seatbelt, huh?
Oh, man. It's going to be a wild one.
Thank you, Micah. Depression may be on the rise among teenage girls, and timeouts are up when it comes to disciplining children.
Danielle Nottingham has details in this Better Living report.
A new study suggests more parents are using timeouts to help discipline children and fewer spankings. Doctors in Washington found the rate of physical punishment fell since the late 80s, while timeouts nearly doubled. Excessive cell phone use may be contributing to a rise in depression among adolescents, especially teenage girls. Authors of a new study in the journal Pediatrics say the growing number of depressed adolescents highlights the need to better manage the disease. And researchers at the Cleveland Clinic say a 10-year-old study has found that Celebrex users are not at greater risk for heart problems than those taking naproxen or ibuprofen.
We know that it's not worse with respect to heart complications. We have some pretty good evidence that it's actually safer for GI and kidney complications.
The study looked at full prescription doses of the drugs, not the lower dose drugs available over the counter. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And coming up on WKYT News, a great way to avoid the Black Friday lines and receive some free cash.
Details next on WKYT.
Welcome back in. Are you planning to shop on Black Friday? Well, here's a way to avoid all of the madness and potentially do some very good things for your child or maybe grandchild's future as well.
David Lawhorn is here to tell us about a challenge to give the gift of education. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Appreciate being here.
And this is a new way to give people an opportunity here that you say they may be very interested in. You can do it online. Tell us what happens.
Well, for the first time, our agency, Kentucky Higher Education Assistance Authority, is creating an initiative online for families to open 529 college accounts, and our agency is going to jumpstart that with a $25 matching dollar amount for each one of those accounts.
Oh, so that's nice. An easy way to get some extra money in there from the very start.
Absolutely, and you have a call to action. It's one day starting at 12 a.m. On Black Friday, November 25th, that Friday, all the way through 11:59 of that same day.
What are the benefits of getting started early with something like this?
Well, on a national and even state, local area, the sooner you can start putting dollars away for college, it really jump-starts the future of your child, grandchild. And on a national level, student loan debt is really becoming an issue that is certainly difficult for a lot of families to undertake. And if you can start early by avoiding incurring some student loan debt by saving for college, that's really our agency's trying to encourage that.
We were talking, you really would like to see young parents especially take this initiative and get involved, but also a large number of grandparents and others take part too, right?
Yeah, we have just under 20% of our total accounts that are owned by non-parents. So it could be, we have aunts, uncles that are saving for their nieces and nephews, and of course quite a few grandparents that are deciding that this is worth saving for, and it's a great way to receive some tax benefits on the back end of saving through a 529 plan.
So as people are taking advantage of this and setting up an account and doing all that, what do they need to know? How do you go about it?
Well, you go to our website, which is kysaves.com, and everything's going to be on the homepage. That will be active come Friday, November 25th. So stay tuned and log on.
All right, and that match will be good that day only, right? So,
yeah, that day only, and the deposit will be made by December on our end.
All right, so $25 the first time becomes $50.
That's right.
Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Good
Thank
initiative. You. And coming next, he's a champion dulcimer player.
And you can enjoy a sample of his music. Today's Wood Songs guest is next on WKYT.
All right, we have some beautiful sunshine out there. We have smoke in parts of the area,
right.
and then changing weather through the week.
Look, we're going to have huge changes this weekend. It's just how, like I talked about earlier, it's how high, how low do we go there for the weekend? Because we will have some rain along with it. We'll have some moisture. So it could get interesting. Could get a little bit interesting later on this weekend. We'll see. But tomorrow we're looking at clouds starting to appear. And once those clouds appear, I can't rule out a sprinkle or two tomorrow. But you'll see in the 7-day forecast coming up at 4 p.m. with Chris Bailey that we left the rain chances out. Now on Wednesday, we'll stay sunny, looks dry. And Thursday, guys, much warmer. But Chris Bailey, I promise you this, we'll be focusing on this big system headed toward us later on this weekend.
Well, I'm sure he will.
Oh, yes, he will.
Thank you.
Thank you, Micah. The Young and the Restless is coming up next, and we want to leave you today with the music of this week's Wood Songs Old Time Radio Hour.
We are now going to hear from a national hammer dulcimer champion. Here's Joshua Messick.